Hey guys, what's up? Hold on. Yo, my weekend, okay. So, as y'all know, or may not know, I was in New York this weekend, which actually wound up being some days longer because some Tumblr people influenced me to stay, even bought my fucking ticket basically, so I could stay longer. Yeah, because I didn't have work till Wednesday. I left Friday. This weekend was my birthday on Sunday, April 10th. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? I have planned to go with one of my friends, someone that I like know and am cool with, but I wouldn't say that I tell her my deep darkest secrets. Basically, like I don't talk to her that often. It's kind of like a hi and bye friend. Oh, we can hang out here and there, and yeah. I should have known not to go with her because there's been a lot of there's been not a lot, but there was been a couple of other situations to where she's acting a little bit shady. Basically, she like ruined maybe the first couple of days of my trip, and uh, she and it all dawned on me that yo, this is not the only time that she's kind of messed up my birthday. You know what I mean? My 18th birthday. So yeah, um, all right. So the plan was to go with her and my other friend Brianna. My other friend Brianna unfortunately was not able to go because she does security office or whatever, and they're very strict on it. She also said something last minute because she's been occupied and shit like that within the last month. So even though I said something like 2 months ago, she wasn't able to go because she was busy and yeah. So it wanted to be in me and Grace. We're like planning. You know, Friday was the day that we were supposed to chill, shop, maybe go to the club or something, walk around, adventure, yada yada. Saturday would be the day. Saturday and Saturday would be the day that we basically separated, and for a little bit throughout the day, and do our own thing. And Sunday, which was my birthday, was the day where I was supposed to chill with some people that I go to this camp with. And yeah, and but she was supposed to chill with me too, basically. Like we were supposed to shop or basically with me going with her, like and her knowing her way around New York and me not knowing my way around New York, never having been to New York like out of state and shit like I mean being to New York like by myself because I used to visit a lot as a kid, but that was driving around. That was as a kid growing up. Like I don't really remember. You know what I mean? It's been so long. Like Skip said, my friend Skip, because I know I post this on YouTube too. I guess I have a bad long term like memory with certain things. So I don't really remember everything. Like I could understand some scenery and shit like that, but like I don't know the streets or anything like that. Sometimes it was hard for me to tell which borough was what. Like basically like I need somebody to really help my ass out. Like give me directions on where to go, possibly like help me get to a certain train station and shit instead of me trying to venture the streets of New York and find out myself. That was the whole point of me going with her. I was supposed to I did try to look for hotels, but it did come up as an option that I stay with her and her friends. At one point, I wasn't comfortable with it because she mentioned and warned me that, oh, this friend has a lot of random people in and out of their house. I don't think you're going to be comfortable with that. So she had an idea from what it seemed like, obviously, from that statement, what I was comfortable with and what I was not comfortable with. I wasn't comfortable with that because I'm like, I'm coming out of state. The last thing I want to be is sleeping in a house with a whole bunch of niggas sleeping in and out, with a whole bunch of random niggas in and out of this house that I don't know. Even if they are your people, some of them aren't your people while I'm sleeping. Like, that just doesn't sound good to me. It sounds like a fucking trap. I don't know if I'm going to get ran on like a train or something like that. So, like, nah, that's just not cool. So I tried to look for a hotel. That shit didn't really work out because I didn't know where exactly the price. She was supposed to help me out with the price with going half on a hotel, but she was like, you know, and this is one sign that showed that, you know, she was basically thinking about herself. She was like, you know, oh, I don't really want to pay for a hotel. I never pay for a hotel when I go there or whatever. Um, so yeah, so she's really stuck in her ways about that. And I told her straight up, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to go with you because you're kind of messing up my plans right now. You know what I mean? Like, I understand our friend wasn't able to go, but if she wasn't able to go, like, you told me yourself, like, if she couldn't go, you would try to figure out a way to help me out with a hotel, basically. So that's strike one right there. Um, Eventually she wound up bringing up some other friend that she said we could stay with, and that made me change my mind to stay with her and her friend. She said he was cool, laid back, he cooks or whatever and shit like that, and you know there wouldn't be no problem. He's cool people. He's safe. We don't have to worry about random niggas being in and out of the house. Cool, bet. All right. So Friday comes. Yo, I'm making a video. I was supposed to say I'm making a video. What's this? Oh, thank you. So Friday comes or whatever. That's the day that we leave. We leave dumbass early in the morning. Like the bus was supposed to leave at 6 o'clock. This is gonna be a long video. I can already tell because I've just begun telling the story and it's fucking going on 7 minutes right now. But so yeah, we leave. We get there and shit like that, and some niggas like. I don't know, yo. Just something just didn't seem right to me. Basically, she had some niggas pick us up, and you could tell, like, yo, they seem like they're like thugs, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, he was still wearing his jeans like skinny, but in a baggy way on some Lil Wayne type shit. But he seemed like he was into some shit for some reason, you know what I mean? Even from his car, like you could tell that he put parts in his car illegally. That's not supposed to go down with his car. I remember it coming to one point where later on in the, well, before we get to that part, so we go to his house to drop off our stuff, and to drop off our stuff before we go back out to do shopping or whatever and shit like that. We go to his house. The house was fucking dead, nigga. Like, the kitchen looked like no one has ever been in there ever. There's barely any furniture but like one fucking couch. And there's a bathroom, but for some reason they're warning us to not go in the bathroom. We're like, why? He's like, you're not going to want to use that bathroom. Okay, my nigga, but where are we supposed to shit? Where are we supposed to fucking shower? Where are we supposed to piss at? Like, are you serious right now? And we females? Really? Really? Is that what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, that shit just didn't fly right with me. And then he gets in the house too, and I guess his cousin was in the other room. I'm not gonna mention any names because I don't want to die. But so we get to the fucking room or whatever, and like his cousin was in there. He was like, "Yo, it smells like pussy up in there." Goes in the room. He's like, "Yo, I want y'all to meet my cousin. Come meet my cousin." We go in there. Basically, he interrupted his cousin from fucking someone to introduce us to him. So the bitch is all wrapped up in a blanket, laying down in the bed. Clearly, they was just fucking so we can meet you and shake your hand. Nah, nigga, I'm not touching your hand. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe it. So that was just some fucking crazy shit right there, off rip. Okay, we leave our luggage there. He drops us off at the nearest train station, so that we can go and try to figure out a place to shop. All of a sudden, I find out in the midst of us traveling that they're just going to tag along with me, and they don't have any plans of shopping all of a sudden. What? The day before we were just saying y'all was going to shop and chill or whatever. You just didn't want to chill at like maybe like Times Square or something because it's expensive. Now you telling me y'all basically are dragged along with me and shit like that? Okay, whatever. Like, I knew that was bad off of rip too. So I'm like shopping. Mind you, I didn't even really shop, yo. I must have went to Forever 21 maybe 3 times. I got a couple of items because I wound up staying there longer than I was expecting to. So I needed to get a shit here and there. The only big shopping I really did was at fucking H&M, and I bought shit over there that I could wear to my new job that I'm going to be starting next week. Like, I didn't get any bargains or anything. Like, I did get some souvenirs. Like, this is, you know, of course, like, an I Love New York shirt and shit. And I got an I Love New York, like, pen. And I got a fucking Times Square snowball shit. So, yeah, I spent mad money. Well, then, and I got a New York bag and another New York City shirt with some, like, splashes of graffiti on it or something like that. So, yeah, I basically didn't do shopping all throughout this trip. I didn't party like I was supposed to. Like, basically my plans just fell through the roof, basically. So, okay. So now all of a sudden, they're getting aggravated and shit because they're like, oh, we've been up since 6 in the morning or whatever, and, you know, we just want to go home. We just want to go back to his house and just chill until we go back out and club tonight or do whatever else. So I'm like, okay, I feel bad tagging them along. And I say, fuck it. You know what I mean? I knew that was going to wind up happening. Like, if no one wants to tag along shopping with you, especially if, like, I'm in New York, I want to take my time, I want to look around, I want to see places. Like, if y'all not going to shop, you're definitely going to try to rush me. And I felt rushed, and I felt like I couldn't really, like, enjoy myself. So, we go back, we're traveling or whatever, and we go back to the location where we first were, where he picked us up. He picks us up from there. We go back to the fucking we go back to his place, and then we find out that, you know, well, we're basically vocal, me and her friend, about the fact of, you know, like, where are we supposed to shower? Is this where we're sleeping tonight? Like, what's going on? Because you can't possibly, in your right fucking mind, invite somebody to sleep over your house, and you're telling us we can't go into the bathroom, nigga, because you probably have drugs or whatever else in there. Basically, I knew he was a drug dealer because he had us in the car selling drugs. He showed us, like, we're in the car, like, you don't know me from a hole in the wall. You don't know her friend from a hole in the wall, nigga. You slipping real hard on your fucking game right now. If you are basically having us in the car, don't know us, and you're selling drugs in front of us, really? You think that's what I want to see on top of that when I visit there? This is what surpassing my comfort level right now. This is where, like, shit gets real. Like, this is not what I wanted to fucking see, basically. You know what I mean? So anyway, so he decides, oh yeah, so we're gonna go to this other dude's place that my friend and her friend, the one whose house we were sleeping over, the drug dealer or whatever, mutual friend is. We go over there, it's a better apartment, we can shower, you can tell people actually live there, there's pictures everywhere, yada yada, this and that. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do later on, how it's going to be planned out. All of a sudden, it comes to a point where it seems like I don't know where I'm sleeping at. Like, I don't, like, it seems like my friend all of a sudden is going to go to Bed-Stuy to chill with her friend and sleep over there. This girl's going to go to the hotel or whatever with her friend. Now all of a sudden they're leaving me by myself in another friend's house, and I don't know who the fuck they are. And it's a dude. And already look at the first situation of where we were sleeping at and his condition and how he was. What? Excuse me? We were supposed to all be together. You know what I mean? What's the point of me staying with you and your peoples if you're going to leave me with your peoples and do your own fucking thing? Like, why did I come with you? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So, like, it's prolonging, it's taking a lot of time, basically, for us to figure out what to do, because I'm letting it be known that I'm not comfortable sleeping in these motherfuckers' house. I don't know these niggas at all. You telling me, oh, they're not going to do anything to you is not going to make me feel comfortable, basically. Like, I already got a bad vibe off from, especially from that other nigga. So, at one point, I noticed my friend goes into the fucking bathroom, or goes into the fucking bedroom or whatever with this dude, the drug dealer. And I'm like, yo, Isn't she, like, clearly something's going down. They've been in there too long. She just changed her clothes to her pajamas with her fucking booty shorts on. Like, isn't she supposed to be here traveling, like, not only just for me, my birthday, but meeting other people and her boyfriend? Word? Okay. They come out of the fucking room. This bitch was wiping her fucking mouth. And this nigga, I turn around and fucking see his dick out his boxers. I'm like, it's a fucking wrap. I can't believe this shit right now. Like, are you fucking kidding me, yo? So, I mean, we're like laughing at it, but in my head, I'm like, yo, I can't believe this shit. Why is this happening right now? This is not what was supposed to be happening. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe at all. These are some hood rat ass fucking people. My friend is a fucking bird and I didn't even know it. Well, like, I didn't know she still was. Like, yo, are you, what? What? Why? Why did I come with this, bro? Why is this fucking happening? So I guess because it was taking so long for me to figure out my plans and shit, they decided they don't want to have us stay in the house anymore. The nigga's like, yo, I'm about to go out to the strip club. I don't feel like coming back home. You know, y'all basically got to leave and figure out where you're going to sleep now. Word? What? This nigga said it was okay for us to sleep in your house. You said it was okay. This bitch done changed her clothes. We're trying to figure out our plans. Thinking we're gonna come back here, and now you leaving us with nowhere to go to. Or should I say me? Because I already knew I didn't have some of people to chill with or whatever. I mean to fucking stay with and sleep in their house. I try to ask beforehand. I'm supposed to be chilling with. I'm supposed to be like staying at her people's house with her. Now all of a sudden she's decided she's gonna go to Bed-Stuy, chill with her nigga. Her friend or whatever has a friend who's willing to pay for her hotel room and shit like that. She's gonna go with them. So they basically leave me off for some niggas and leave me like not knowing what the fuck to do. Like, it's not like they like literally went off and I didn't know what I was doing. Like, we tried to make a plan and stuff like that, but it got to the point where like I could really see like, yo, they really don't care about what happens to me. Like, the only reason why they care is because I'm being vocal about it and they can tell I'm uncomfortable with it and shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be uncomfortable, motherfucker. Like, I don't fucking live in this state. It's fucking New York. The first nigga we met was a fucking drug dealer. I don't know my way around. Like, and I'm supposed to be sleeping in a fucking house with you and your fucking friends, and now I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Is you serious? This motherfucker just kicked us out. Not only just because of that, but it seemed like because me and her friend weren't down to fuck or whatever. So it's like, goodbye, peace. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you serious? So we wound up going a block or two to her other friend's house, which is wound up being the one that I stayed with for Friday night and Saturday night. Yo, she didn't even warn him ahead of time about the situation, yo. We basically we were just supposed to drop our stuff there. In his head, he's thinking, from what she's told him, we're supposed to drop our shit off here and then fucking go off to where else we were gonna do. Now all of a sudden, she's kissing his ass or whatever, telling him, I'm sorry to ask you this, but is it okay if my friend stays here? Because, you know, she has nowhere else to go. And the place that we were supposed to stay at before, that shit didn't work out. So he hesitated a little bit, but he said yeah. You know what I mean? Because you can't spring some shit like that on somebody. And she didn't tell him ahead of time, so he felt almost obligated to, too. Like, okay, she has nowhere to go. She's coming out of state. I feel like I have to basically say yeah. Because where else is she going to go? You know what I mean? And I know y'all thinking like, yo, well, why didn't you go with one of them or whatever? Because it basically showed that they didn't want me to, or their friends, whoever they were staying with, didn't want another extra person to have to deal with unless they was, you know, down to fuck, basically. So, yeah, I wound up staying over this nigga's house. I wasn't really comfortable either. I felt a little bit comfortable there, but I still wasn't comfortable because, hey, like, you got, this is one dude or whatever, and also when we got there, he got his fucking group of friends, um, like, that are dudes. So I'm almost in the same situation that I was uncomfortable with before I came in the state. But he talked to me, made me feel comfortable and shit like that, and it was cool, even though him and his friends was basically trying to get at me, like throughout the Friday and Saturday kind of and shit. But it was they were still like cool. Like I felt welcome, I felt comfortable basically. Well, I don't know if they were necessarily, but one of them's trying to get at me. But like like you could tell that they found me attractive basically and shit like that or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, so the plan is Saturday I'm supposed to meet up with the fucking Tumblr peoples or whatever, and then I would find somewhere else to stay, like a hotel or something like that. Her friend decides, is saying, oh, okay, well, he's supposed to be leaving Saturday night. He said he'll pay for a taxi to come get us to go back to the fucking hotel so that we can stay over there, basically, at the hotel in the same room. So you don't have to worry about paying the whole price or whatever. We'll go have yada yada. Now I'm like, cool. Now I have somewhere I can stay on Saturday. And she said $65 a night. That's fucking cheap right there. And she said it was a nice place. Cool. I'm down with it. You know what I mean? And I know that there's gonna be somebody around who I know of some sort, which is her. Even though actually she's not even my friend. I just met her on this fucking trip. So, anyways, I'm so happy or whatever that I was able to meet y'all. Some of the people, y'all was like hella fucking cool. I wanted being able to stay with the plus size or whatever. Plus size is her Tumblr. For Sunday night and Monday night. Well, Monday night we slept over Titty's house. That's French Vanilla. But I just want to like take a time out real quick to really thank you guys for doing what my friend was supposed to do and just making sure I was safe, making sure that I had fun, making the cake for me, drinking with me or whatever, chilling with me, and actually enjoying my company and the feeling being mutual and stuff. Like it was really cool. Like I definitely know going back now, like who I can rely on, like who I can actually stay with, and yeah, and Skip like wind up having to take me like all the way to Homeboy's house on Saturday night after we were done chilling because he lived kind of close by, but still, making sure I was safe, and I appreciate that. Like I basically appreciate everyone that showed some consideration and showed that they were really basically a true friend this weekend. Like I really do appreciate it. Um, so yeah, I wound up having to go back to this dude's house on Saturday night because my phone wound up dying and like I couldn't get a hold of her for some hours while I was out with them. Basically, it came to a point where one of the text messages, she asked me, oh, I need you to reply to me as soon as possible so I know whether I should bring your stuff to the hotel. If you don't respond, like, I probably won't be able to because I don't want to be responsible for your stuff. Like, yo, we're supposed to be in the same room. I explained I was going to be staying in the hotel. I don't know why you need to get a hold of me in order to make that decision on whether you should bring my stuff. Bring my fucking shit. But being that my phone died, I didn't respond to her fast enough. Basically, I had to go back to the fucking house, the dude's house, to get my shit. I'm thinking, okay, like I'm when I get back home, I'll let you know or whatever, so you can send a taxi to come get me, and I can stay at the hotel. All of a sudden, I can't fucking get a hold of her. So and it being the fact that it was so late that I got home and how long it took me to realize, okay, clearly she's not going to be able, she's sleeping or something, I'm going to have to stay here again. I wound up having to stay again another night. And that was a bit of a, I felt bad and a burden a little bit that I had to ask him again because I shouldn't have had to sleep over there in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, it was just crazy. So, come Sunday, my birthday, that shit didn't even really fucking follow through. You know what I mean? Like, well, Saturday I got my nose pierced. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's kind of small, which is good for now. Lee fucking Smith just like forced me to do it. I mentioned that I wanted to do it, and we were trying to find a destination for us to do to start off the whole like meetup and shit. And I went there and I got it done. Then came to a point where I couldn't even like it popped up from me putting the foundation on my face, because my face, as you can see, broke out while I was there. So I had to like put foundation on my face, and I went to like put it like under my eye over here and shit. And I guess the sponge got caught onto the ring and it pushed up, and I was struggling trying to put it down. Oh my god. I finally was able to push it back down and shit. But yeah, so I didn't do anything special on my birthday on Sunday at all, because it was a whole waiting process. I couldn't get a hold of V because her phone had died, so that she could come in the morning or whatever and come get me, because she didn't know the address or anything like that. Basically, what happened the night before kind of happened again during the day. I was supposed to leave this dude's house in the morning because he said he had other plans. Thank God he was knocked. Everyone's fucking knocked. I couldn't get a hold of anyone to come get me ASAP. V or like anyone, and he was knocked, so I didn't have to worry about leaving in the morning. I explained to him like, yo, like I'm waiting for her to come get me. It basically was like a whole waiting process for her to come, for me to get a hold of her, and then for her to come get me, and then for us to go back to her aunt's house or whatever to sleep over and shit. And but I wanted being able to stay somewhere safe, with people that I was comfortable with, where it was actually a home and the people were actually friendly and everything. And yeah, I didn't really do anything special except for, you know, um, like I was actually supposed to leave Sunday night, like around 5 or something. But they were like, oh, the plans didn't follow through that we were supposed to do as far as like another little meetup. And Monday was supposed to be nice, so it wound up being really nice. So we decided, I'm gonna stay till Monday and shit like that or whatever. And I did that. I wound up leaving on Tuesday, which is today and shit. And yeah, I just wound up enjoying myself. Basically, like towards the end, I know y'all like wonder like what happened with the friends. Well, basically, like I basically me and her are not talking, obviously, which I'm glad is happening. You know what I mean? I don't see her as a friend for what the shit she put me through. She always put my life in jeopardy. Her friend, I'm thinking, who was somewhat helping me out, all of a sudden felt some type of way that I took advantage of her and the dude's house who I slept over and shit, for being nice to me because I was playing the victim when I really wasn't and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, nothing was my fault. From day one, the plans fucked up. We were supposed to stay at someone's comfortable house, and all of a sudden we go to some other nigga's house because you supposedly can't get a hold of the dude we were supposed to sleep over. So we wind up staying with some nigga who you're fucking with and always fuck with whenever you go out of state. You know what I mean? Who's like not even fucking safe at all, or someone that I would be comfortable with. And then we're supposed to stick together most of the time. Like, no one is really walking me to the train station, giving me directions and shit like that. Basically trying to do their own thing and leave me hanging or whatever. And y'all got the fucking nerve to say I was playing the victim for no fucking reason. Like, and y'all left me hanging. Y'all wasn't even really considerate and shit. Like, I can't even deal. I just don't. It took everything in me not to fucking hurt somebody. And by hurt somebody, I mean my fucking friends. I'm basically done with this shit. Like, that's all I gotta say. At the end of the day, I'm glad that I wind up getting away from them and being able to enjoy myself and being with people that I considered were friends and were safe with me and that I felt safe with. Basically, the moral of the story is, like, if you go out of state, make sure you have a fucking plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. You know what I mean? Like, I had other plans, but like they just wound up not following through. But at least this was a learning experience, so next time I know who I can stay with. If not, like making sure I know a backup hotel on where to get to places. I know who I can contact with if I need to be able to get to certain places and need directions and shit like that, that I know will answer their phone and help me out. And I definitely appreciate y'all a lot for that. Yeah, this is like half an hour. I knew it was going to be longer than some 15 minutes. I don't know if I missed any points, basically. But yeah, basically know who your real friends are, especially if you go out of state with them.